Hey everybody, it's your girl Planet Ty on deck. I hope you guys are having a great day, afternoon, and or evening whenever you guys are seeing this. So thank you guys so much for tuning in with me. You guys already know I appreciate that, right? Okay, so how much damage do you think you could do in just 13 minutes? With 5 fatal victims and more than 100 rounds of ammunition used, one can only imagine. If you guys want to hear the details to the case of John Zawahri, all you guys got to do, stay tuned. Okay guys, thank you guys so much for coming back. Without further ado, let's jump right in. So on June 7th, 2013, John Zawahri began to play out a horror scene, one that will leave family, friends, and spectators speechless for years to come. In just 13 minutes, Zawahri managed to cover 1.5 miles and left 5 innocent people dead and more than 3 others injured. Police say Zawahri was carrying 1,300 rounds of ammunition in magazines that were capable of holding 30 rounds each. You guys, that is heavy-duty artillery. You know, like, it kind of puts me in the mind of somebody who would be like an ex-Marine or Army person. It's like, seriously, the average person has no business with that type of ammunition. Okay, Zawahri's last reported contact with law enforcement was 7 years ago when bomb-making materials were found at his house during a search prompted by threats to students, teachers, and campus police. So this person has a history of making threats. This person has a history of making threats to other students, to staff, and administrators, and it kind of makes me wonder, even before we finish this here true crime story episode, why weren't other measures taken, more preventative measures taken a lot sooner? Now, you guys, light up the comments and let me know what you guys are thinking as we continue to go through this story. The Santa Monica Malibu School Board was briefed at the time by school administrators after police found Zawahri was learning to make explosive by downloading instructions from YouTube, school board member Oscar de la Torre said. So the school board and administration, they were already aware that Mr. Zawahri was downloading videos of how to make bombs. I wonder, what is the normal and standard, should I say, procedure for something like that for a student who's going to a college, or even a high school? What would the standard procedure be if you knew that they were downloading how to make bombs? Unless it was a part of some kind of a class assignment, is that not room for red flags? Okay, let's finish. Retired police officer Christina Cora, who helped serve the search warrant, said Zawahri was hospitalized for psychiatric evaluation at the time. She did not know the outcome of that evaluation. On June 7, 2013, John Zawahri was armed with more than 1,300 rounds of ammunition and an apology note before he stepped out on his killing spree. Police believe that there was a family altercation that somehow started that sent Zawahri into a murderous rage. Zawahri shot and killed Samar Zawahri, 55, who was also his father, his brother Christopher Samir Zawahri, who was 24. It is also believed that after Zawahri had killed both men, he set the house on fire. In addition, Zawahri killed father and daughter Carlos and Marcela Franco, and his last fatal victim was Margarita Gomez. You guys, I'm sorry about the outside disturbances. I'm out here in nature, but I'm with you guys too. Let's finish this. It has been reported that Marcela Franco, 26, was in an SUV with her father, Carlos, 68, a longtime college employee who happened to be a groundskeeper, when the gunman came on campus. He opened fire on the car the Francos were driving in, spraying it with bullets and killing Carlos Franco. The vehicle crashed into a wall, critically injuring Marcelo, who died the next day at Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center with her family by her side, according to a statement from the school. So here's the thing. She's on campus. Marcella's on campus. She's, in an SUV with her father, who's a longtime employee of the school, okay? And she's there. She's just now getting started, right? And some guy comes out of nowhere. Okay, they're driving, minding their own innocent business. Some guy comes out of nowhere, an armed gunman. Can you imagine how terrifying that had to be for both of them? For the father, I'm sure he's like, what's going on? The one day I bring my daughter to my job and all this happens? You know, it just had to be so confusing and so scary and frustrating all at the same time. Light up the comments if you guys kind of get where I'm coming from. Police report the details of the apology note written by Zawahri did not state why he killed his father and brother. However, he did express remorse for what he'd done. And for what better yet, he did express remorse for what he was about to do by saying he was sorry for killing them. The police report the 3 to 4 page apology letter written by the gunman also noted that Zawahri hoped his mother would be taken care of in his absence, and he wished all his friends well. So to me, the fact that he had time to think about this horrendous thing before he did it, he wished his friends well. It seems like that's a person who practices empathy, you know. He says sorry for what he's done or what he was about to do to his father and brother. So then it makes me throw up all kind of question marks, right? Then why are you doing it? You don't have to. Or do you feel that you have to? And if so, why is that? Now, there are reports of him having seeing a psychiatrist, and the details of what the psychiatrist found out are not disclosed. However, could that be playing a part on why he took such severe actions? Now, you guys light up the comments and make sure to weigh in. It has been reported at the time of the slayings, Zawahri's mother, Rhonda Abdul, was visiting family in Lebanon. Lebanon. She was visiting family in Lebanon. Reports suggest Zawahri's father had threatened to kill his mother at least twice during years of turmoil in the family, according to court-obtained documents by the Associated Press. So now the picture's starting to become a little bit more clear. We have a guy who has a brother, a mother, and a father, and he's been experiencing a tumultuous family dynamic. The mother and father had a tumultuous relationship. I'm not sure how that played out to the brothers involved, but clearly there was some kind of a rift within the family, and it almost feels like it's possible that Zawahri and his brother could have taken sides. Now, mind you, Zawahri and his brother, it sounds like they both lived with the father. So it's, you know, in order to come and actually kill the father that you live with, you know what I mean? It seems like that holds some kind of resent behind it. It seems to me like it would hold some kind of resent behind it, some feelings that Zawahri could possibly feel about his father that could be resentful. Let's get back into this. Quote, "If I had a gun, it would be over." Rhonda Abdul quoted her husband in a 1998 document seeking a temporary restraining order. Rhonda also allegedly said her husband had threatened to take their 2 young sons to Canada after the couple separated, and that he once punched her and stole her jewelry purse and unfiled divorce papers. So yeah, tumultuous relationship between the mother and father, definitely there. Now, like, you know, in anybody else's life, you know, when there's a tumultuous relationship and it is actually breaking up, it is coming to an end, children tend to take sides about who they're most comfortable with and who they would like to spend more time with. So that's something that it sounds like is kind of playing out here. Police have said that Zawahri started his attack on foot and at some point hijacked a ride at gunpoint and forced a 41-year-old woman to drive him to Santa Monica College, where he shot at random strangers on the way. Terrifying, terrifying. It is said that the shooter also shot at cops while he forced the 41-year-old woman to keep driving to the school. Once there, the assault continued, with several more people being shot until police finally cornered Zawahri in the school library, where they had a shootout and Zawahri was killed. This is definitely a story that leaves more questions than answers, but I want you all to light up the comments and let me know what you guys think. I do feel like there's some key points in this. One of the things that I did not mention in this case for time's sake, but it is very, very relevant, is the fact that in the apology note that Zawahri wrote, he not only did he say he wanted to make sure that his mother was taken care of, he also mentioned that he wanted to make sure that his mother was compensated by being able to have some of his father's estate. Now, that seems not only more than relevant, but it could even be pivotal in this case because, you know, again, the dynamic of the mother and father's relationship, it's you know, tumultuous. It's all bad. They decided to separate. Well, they didn't decide to separate. The mother decided to leave him, right? So the mother left. So yeah, the mother left the father. Okay. The sons seems like, you know, either they took sides by choice or by force, who knows, but they were staying with their father. So, and then in the letter, he shows sympathy, sadness for what he was about to do, which makes me question, is it possible that someone could have coerced him into doing what he was about to do and ultimately done? I don't know. I'm not pointing any fingers anywhere. I'm just thinking, you know, out loud, thinking out loud. Think with me, light up the comments and let me know your thoughts here. So yeah, it's just so many different things. Again, I go back to my earlier statement. I think it's more questions than answers in this case. I'd love to know them, but I don't know if we'll ever get to the truth. Not in this lifetime. Anyhow, if you guys are new here, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tell anyone and everyone your girls out here story time and giving you guys true crime stories that really happen, and I want to know your opinion. If you guys would like to sponsor this story time or any other story time, you guys can do so by dancing on over to Cash App. Put in $ your favorite besties, and that is equivalent to giving me a cyber hug, and I love to be cyberly hugged. Okay, so thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys being on deck. Like I always say, there's always another story to be told, but for now,